And it warms you up to actually establish that connection on the next person who's a stranger. Because I mean, also one of the things I learned from y'all early on is that in order to get that connection with someone, to where you can actually establish that rapport and all that stuff, you have to be interesting to them. They have to be interested in you. But in order for you to be interesting to them, you have to be interested in them. So you got to be interested to be interesting. And I always thought that was like, that was one of those moments like, oh crap, it is not about these benefits and features. You know, because I came from like the banking and business to business sales world. Here's how much money I can make you next quarter. Buy this, and that was like it, right? But here it was like this was my first. I'm outside when I first got out of the Marine Corps. My first over the phone business to consumer sales position. And functionally speaking, a lot of it's the same, but establishing that personal connection with the decision maker and not the underlings, that was a different thing for me. And I got to tell you, it was just an eye-opener on those simple concepts. Spend time with people. This is the first job I did over the phone where I didn't have someone saying, you're spending too much time on the phone. It was the exact opposite. It's like, why aren't you spending as much time as humanly possible? I was like, wait, what? Oh, I don't have to make $250 a day. I can actually explore opportunity. I can upsell. I can do all these other things. I don't have to hide from the fact that I want to establish connections. Fantastic. And but by the way, you still see that all over the place. Well, imagine if you can make more sales, you made more. No, that's not the way it works. It's actually the opposite thing. You know,
every time you make a sale, you've lost an opportunity to make a whole bunch of dials while you're talking.
Oh Lord. You know.
And that's literally
all the time. I'm like, I don't care how long that call makes as long as you're on the phone. Now, if you're not on the phone, you're not working with somebody else, and you need to be dialing. But as long as you're talking to somebody, because we do a lot of stuff via text nowadays and emails, right? So they're actively in lots of different conversations, different ways. As long as you're working with clients, I don't care what you talk to them about. I don't care how long it takes. If they need you to cry, or they need a shoulder to cry on, and they need to talk about, you know, their dog Fluffy for 45 minutes because he just got diagnosed with cancer, then we talk about dog Fluffy for 45 minutes.
Right.
Oh my God.
Right.
That doesn't bother me.
Throughout your career, you've been very successful. How many of those fluffy talks would you say, if you could put your analytical hat on, have been a waste of time?
None.
It's not even a hesitation. It's like all of them are incredibly valuable.
If I know, like if they have a Fluffy, and then I see on Facebook Fluffy died, we send like flowers and condolences cards, and then if they post that on Facebook, like, oh my God, you know, I mean, it means something to them. Fluffy is important. That might be their grandkid, right? Or they may be widowed, and that's what keeps them sane.